Striking Scorpion 82 is sponsored by VoxLink. The VoxLink app pulls all the amazing elements of our hobby into one place. Browse your favourite gaming content, keep up to date with tournaments, hobby classes, conventions, both local and further abroad, and link up with fellow gamers near you. Filter by game and distance, tailor what you want to see, and link up with who you want to play. Don't get isolated from your comrades, battle brother. Use VoxLink to stay in the fight. VoxLink will be free to download and use. And at this pre-release stage, you can keep fully updated on developments by following the Kickstarter campaign. This pioneering app is set to take the gaming community by storm, so be the first in line for VoxLink. Link in the video description below. Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2,000 points, Space Wolves versus Black Legion, Chaos Space Marines. So these two sides have never clashed before. It's only a matter of time before they do. Space Marines here, or Space Wolves, eager to get into the fight here against the Black Legion, but they are facing against Abaddon himself here in this game. Before I run through the list here for the Space Wolves, the gold level Patreons, they get their names shouted out during our battle reports, and also Patronic dice to use at some critical point during the game. That's for all the battles that we do. And then I'll call out the silver level patrons at the end of the battle, and then you can check out the end credits for all the Patreon supporters, including those supporting at bronze. So if you want your name shouted out in our games, and a Patronic dice to help out during the battle, then you can join us at gold level on the Patreon page. Link for that in the video description below. And it helps support the channel, and also SSWG, my Wargames club. So for the Space Wolves, we're looking at the Arcs detachment here. Everything fits in just nice. Warlord trait and relic being taken. So 4 tasty command points here available for the Space Wolves in this game. So there has been some changes here, some serious points reductions. A lot of war gear being dropped down to no points cost. I've dropped the main Warlord as well. So a major points drop here for the Space Wolves force. So it's expanded in size, added a lot more bodies here to the list, which is good. So for HQ choices, I've brought him back. I absolutely love the mod. I've been using for ages. Crom Dragon Gaze, the character, fixed character, named character being used here in this game. I have taken his fixed Warlord trait, Warrior Born, which is a get to fight first. And then for him, his saga is Wolfkin. So if he kills a model in close combat, then he has an aura ability that grants core units always count as charging, so potential of that extra attack consistently coming through. Then second HQ choice is a librarian here. So Warlord Relic for him is Armor of Rust, so 4+ invulnerable save, 2+ armor save, and then when you're in combat, you pick an enemy unit and you force them to fight last. 2 psychic powers is Storm Caller, that's granting light cover, to core units within 6 inches, and then Murderous Hurricane. It's an ability to shut an enemy unit down, again for close combat, and to stop them firing Overwatch if they're not in cover, if that psychic power goes off. Third HQ choice is Beyond the Foul-Handed, across here, Twin Las Cannon and the True Claw being taken for him. Then on to troops. You usually run 3 units of Blood Claws, but with the points drop, I've added a 4th unit, and it's big enough being added in. All equipped to bolt pistols and chainswords. There is a Wolfguard Terminator buried inside each of these units. 2 of them with the twin claws being taken. Thunderhammer and Storm Shield on this model. And then Axe and Storm Bolter being taken on the other. Then finally on to heavy support. 2 squads of Long Fangs. Here, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, with the new no cost for war gear, I could really max these out quite nicely, but I don't have the models currently. So it's a Terminator buried in each of these squads with a Cyclone missile launcher being taken for those. Storm Bolter and Power Sword for him, and the rest are equipped with bolters, but I might be able to expand that out here with the war gear points reductions, perhaps put some heavy bolters and so on in the squads. So that's those. A Morium Cherub being taken for each squad as well. That's the list here for the Space Wolves. Raring to go here, but a tough challenge for sure against the Black Legion. So before we take a look at Mike's list, I'll call out the Phoenix Lords. That's the top level channel support here on YouTube channel membership. So at Phoenix Lord level, you can join us over on the WhatsApp group. There's a lot of other perks as well when you sign up that's revealed, but one of the main perks here has been allocated to units for all of our battle reports. So we allocate you to a unit, and you can follow that unit around and see how it gets on in our games. Not always glorious. Sometimes a swift, painful death. Other times there are moments of glory here. Raycross, I put him onto Murderfang. I think it's about the angriest Dreadnought there is. Mephisto on to Beyond the Foul-Handed. Chris Comiskey onto the Venerable Dreadnought for this game. JP onto this squad of Thunderwolf Cavalry. Lucas Brown onto the other. Daniel Cunningham, neither Chaos or Imperium. So I put him onto like a wild unit of Space Marines here. So Daniel Cunningham onto the Wolfen. Michael Fryer onto Crom Dragon Gaze. Nate Miller onto the Librarian for this game. And then finally we've got an Autarch here, which is the level below at Phoenix Lord, where we allocate you to a single model. In this case, it's going to be the Sergeant here, so this, or the squad leader, the Terminator, for this unit of Blood Claws, and that's Dylan Moore in charge of him. So that's Phoenix Lords and Autarchs allocated. We'll take a look at the Black Legion next. Alright, so 2,000 points Black Legion. This is the same list that Mike ran in a game that's over on channel membership, and that was against the Orcs. And yes, Gut Ripper and Abaddon did have an encounter on the battlefield. But if you want to check out that game, it's over on channel membership, and link for that in the video description below. But we're shifting away from Xenos now. Mike's Black Legion will now take on the Space Wolves. So let him run through his list.
Okay, so this is my 2,000 points Black Legion. It's being headed up by Abaddon the Spoiler. He will be the Warlord. Closely followed by his Demon Prince. I've given them wings. I've given him Gaze of Gods to give him a 4+ infon, and he will be in all the Wontons. And he has the Mark of Nurgle because he has the relic Golax the Decayed. We also have a Dark Apostle. He will be running the Illusionary Supplication. I have a Master of Possession. He has the relic, the Liber Heretics. Gives me +6 inches to cast. I can attempt an extra power, and he will also have the Mark of Sinesh. In my troops choice, I'll be running 12 cultists. 7 legionnaires.
Alright, so that's Mike's list. One small tweak from the last time they played against the Orcs. Just going to split these, experiment and just run these as singles. You can do that, can't you? Just take single ones. Yeah, so you can still land and crossfire with them and so on, but just going for a bit of flexibility with them. Mike conscious, though, that when he was running them as a squad of 2, there was a possibility if one died, the Master of Possessions could bring one back. That's not going to be an option now. Mike's fearful that might come to haunt him in this game. We'll see. But going for flexibility and the possibility of running 2 individual units instead of them running together. So that's the list here for the Black Legion. there's high quality stuff going on here. 10 Terminators, big point sink. Abaddon's a big point sink as well. So it's an elite force here for the Black Legion. We'll call out the Phoenix Lords. So Andrea Stewart onto the Bikers for this game. Amy Alma onto the Demon Prince. Ben Shaw onto Abaddon himself for this game. Matt Lancaster onto the Master of Possessions. Ed Ferrer and BPP Wargaming onto the 2 Obliterators. Longbow BB, some long-range firepower support, onto the Havocs. Gut B on the Terminators today, with Midnight Miniatures on the squad leader, the Sergeant. And then Vagabond has returned here to Phoenix Sword level. We've put him onto the choppy Legionnaires squad here with the Mark of Corn. So, because he is a World Eaters player. Right, so we put him onto there. Gotcha. Okay, so that is Phoenix Swords allocated. It's the list here for the Black Legion. We'll take a look at scenario and deployment next. Alright, so we've got a scenario here. It's called Secure Missing Artifacts. So deployment zones going diagonally, and there's objectives. There's one in the middle, and then like a box of them forming on the board. So, dead center, marked by the cat there as well, but that's the central objective. Then the box, and these have been moved here. So we've alternated moving these around just according to the scenario, and you slide them along horizontally here. So this objective was here. I've slid it back to across there. Mike then took my objective and then slid it back towards my line. He says he's got a reason for it, so we'll leave that to him. This one, Mike then pulled back across here. We're both happy enough to have it on top of this building. And then finally, I got to move Mike's objective and shift it across in that direction. So it's just there as opposed to there for the deployment of that one. So there's a bit of movement taking place here with the objectives. The control of one or more objective marker at the start of the command phase, turn 2 onwards, is worth 4 points. If you control 2 or more, it's worth another 4 points. And if you control more than the opponent, it's worth another 4 points on top of that. And then for this scenario, there is, in every battle round, at the end of each player's turn, the player whose turn it is scores 3 victory points if they control the priority objective marker that is in their own territory. So for the Chaos Space Marines, they need to capture either one of these two, and then for the Space Wolves, either of these two here. But we'll reveal that as the game gets going, which is the priority objective for each side. All right, so secondary is chosen for both sides. Assassination being taken here for the Space Wolves, so hunting for characters. Engaging fronts, so the occupation of table quarters. Warrior Pride being taken, which is the unique one for Space Wolves, which is if I need to complete charge moves or find units within engagement range outside of my deployment zone, and if there's 2 of them or more that have done that within a turn, I get 3 victory points. So that's a bit of a no-brainer here to take that for the Space Wolves. Psychic Interrogation being taken here by the Black Legion. The Long War, which is clearing and taking objectives, isn't it?
Yeah. If I kill something on an objective, I get a point. If I take it as well, I get an additional 2 points. Right,
okay. And then Behind Enemy Lines being taken here as well. So Mike seeking to get into the back lines of this Space Wolves force. That secondary is chosen. We'll start alternating placing units on the board next. All right, then just to mention the battle mat and terrain that we're using in this game. So the battle mat's one of the newer ones from GameMat.eu, 60 by 40 in size. This one's called Cyberpunk, one of the new mats from them. And then what I've done is I've taken one of the industrial terrain sets here from GameMat.eu, then transformed it, repainted it to match in specifically with this battle mat. So I'd hope to do a tutorial on the terrain and a battlefield tutorial to show you how this whole board has been put together. It's come out quite nicely, but it's really good when you get the terrain to match in really well with the battle mat, with the board. Just all blends in really well. So keep a lookout for tutorials on that. But you can check out GameMat.eu for your battle mats and pre-painted terrain. Link for them in the video description below. And there's also a discount code available for them as well. Oh boy, all right. So deployment done for both sides here. Space Wolves eager, I think, to pursue chaos here in this game. So we'll cover their deployment first of all. I've paid to outflank with my bonus squad here, the extra squad of Blood Claws. They'll be outflanking at some point during the game. Longfang units, their usual duty, going on to objectives. This squad up here, Terminator just upstairs, and the other squad just across the other side. Then the main Chunk of the Space Wolves is here on foot with their dreadnoughts in support. I think it's obvious their central objective. Well, the central objective is their main aim. Bloodclaw squads here, one in the middle, and then one on the left-hand side. Beyond the Fell-Handed here, Venerable Dreadnought, Murderfang, a flank cavalry force here, so strung out across like so, with these Thunderwolf cavalry, and then the two characters. Yeah, it's the Librarian or the Wolf Priest just in here, or Rune Priest, sorry, and then Crom Dragon Gaze just in amongst them. That's where he's meant to be, just in the heart of the army, giving out his buffs and bonuses. But that's the Space Wolves deployment. They look quite at home here at this Ultramarines depot. We'll see if they can cleanse this sector of chaos. We'll head round to the other side of the board for the Black Legion and their deployment. So as with every game you've played so far, Mike's weighing up whether to deep strike or not. He was tempted to in this game, and he's elected to go on foot this time here. It's just there's something jarring his confidence in going into deep strike here. It is a big point sink to remove all that stuff from the board and not have it on the table. But there is also that desire and that fluffy sort of theme of deep striking in, because the Baden can do it. It can land in with the Terminators. And it would certainly keep the Space Wolves with an eye over their shoulder looking out for that. But Mike selected in this game to go on foot here. So Terminators on the extreme right-hand side. Across here, Rhino just behind with the Choppy Squad inside. Yeah, okay, Legionnaires, Master of Possession, Dark Apostle. Abaddon's just here. We're playing this as obscuring terrain, so he's quite well sheltered. Bikers here, Demon Prince, the Spawn, the Havocs across here, taking shelter behind this terrain. And over on the left-hand flank is the shooting unit of Legionaries. And then finally, the Chaos Cultists making use of cover. The terrain for this game, so playing this is obscuring. Infantry units and so on can go for it. No problem, just playing as Munitorum armoured containers. So infantry get cover, light cover behind. Exposed position if they're on top. Same for these, large Munitorum armoured containers. There's pipes and barricades and so on, usual rules for those. This will play as usual AdMech terrain, so shooting through it, -1. For that, and that's pretty much it here on this board. So that's terrain covered and deployment done for both sides. Yeah, apologies, Mike does have the Obliterators, the two individual models in Deep Strike, so to turn up turn 2 onwards. Deployment done. Quite straightforward, this one. A sector tainted by chaos. Space Wolves sent in to clear them. Can they do it? We shall see. And can Abaddon be brought down? He's tough enough to bring down for sure. You're all up to who goes first then?
Yes.
I'm a bit nervous. I'm not going to use the Xenos dice. I'll go Imperial Fist dice here.
I want to go first.
I don't know, yeah, well, think about it. I wouldn't mind. Going first is all right. Well, yeah, it's not too bad. I can't see a problem with us going first. And Mike wouldn't mind if we go first, so it's just a case of rolling up accordingly. Mike's got a 6. This looks like Mike's going first. Yeah, definitely. Roll a 1. Okay, so Black Legion to make the first move. They're going to make the first moves here towards the Space Wolves. I'm not boasting too much firepower here, but plenty of teeth and claws. We're going to turn 1 for the Black Legion next. Right, so on turn 1 here, Black Legion about to make their move. I'll mention here the Space Wolves. The vast majority of the models have been painted up by Siege Studios. There's a link for them in the video description below. They've done a fantastic job here, the Space Wolves force. So full credit to them, but you can check them out for your own painting commission work here. But we'll let Mike move here with his Black Legion force. Alright, so talking tactics here. Mike's on the move, and you can see the Terminators have rounded the corner across there. Leave your own comments and suggestions for Mike's list. The contemplation of going to Deep Strike. We've been talking about different list combinations you could go for. But it kind of needs units to hold the fort and stay behind. Yeah. Just such a drop in removing those Terminators and potentially Abaddon as well. We do have some ideas for some lists, though, where Mike might be able to do that. But brilliant dimension to the army, though, to have that in reserve. Potent for sure, over Abaddon leading that Deep Strike attack. Is your movement done?
Yeah, I've been cagey enough with some things.
Yeah, just being cautious enough. So Havocs have moved out across here. I think their range is 48. Yeah, so there's going to be a good stretch with those. Bikers have swapped sides or shifted across this direction, so they've gone across to there. I'll go around the other side of the board so you can see it from Mike's perspective. So Bikers have shifted across to there. Abaddon's now behind them, and Demon Prince sheltering. Remember, this is obscuring, so Mike's making use of that for his characters. And then that's the view across over on this flank, just units holding position for now. Yeah, Mike's, because you're measuring across, Mike is in range of that objective with that Cow Space Marine squad, but sheltering behind the terrain. Terminators have rounded the corner across here, so heading across in this direction. Central objective is just tucked in there, so I think it's obvious there's going to be a fight for the middle here, both sides gearing up with units to try and take the centre ground. Rhino's made it to here, and then the Dark Apostle. And Master of Possession's just moving up behind the Terminators. That's one of the strengths of having them on the board, is you have them there straight away. There's firepower available and good sheltering for characters as well. But that's movement done. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next. Right, Demon Prince to go first with his powers. There's a fair bit of psychic ability here for Mike's force.
Subtract 1 from metalics hit roll if you attack him, if you shoot him. Okay, so I need a 6.
Putrid Miasma goes off on a 6. I'm too far away to stop it, so that's him. Okay.
Excuse me, and then I'll do Delightful Agnes onto the Terminators.
Yep. And this gives you
the 5-up feeling out of the 5-up more wounds.
Yeah, feel no pain. Right, yep.
Yeah. So I need a 6. That goes off.
And again, I'm too far away, so far so good.
I will then do Mutated Invigoration.
Okay.
Again, need a 6. Goes off.
Oh, just about, yep, goes off as well. And Illusory Supplication's already gone off in the command phase. That came from the Dark Apostle. Yeah. Onto the Terminators. They are maxed out according to plan here.
And then, because he can cast 3, I'll do Smite.
Yeah, and again, this is another one of the reasons why Mike runs the Terminators on the board, is he can stack up the abilities on them straight away.
Yeah.
So there's pros and cons.
So the closest unit is this one here.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah.
A 10. Are you on +1?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
Yep, so D3.
Yeah, I can't stop it. Oh, he's killed one. Okay, so one of them frazzled by Smite. If any of you are wondering, range 18, it's range 24, isn't it?
24, yeah, because of the +6.
Yep. Okay, I'll give a win to another one. First blood to you, Mike. Good strike there in the psychic phase. So far, so good for the psychic phase. So, Terminators now have 5+ feel no pain.
Yeah.
They have...
Toughness 5. So I should have stated, I give them the toughness, not the strength. Or the Mutated Invigoration. And then the Illusionary Supplication. 1, 2s and 3s to hit, fail.
Oh.
And any attacks cannot be rerolled against them.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, potent enough for sure. Okay, so that is Psychic Phase finished. We'll go on to Shooting Phase next. Right, nasty stuff. Demon Shell's being played. He's going to put it on the Terminators. That's the extra 6-inch range. But crucially, the AP -1 coming through. So the Terminators are going to offload all their firepower into this squad across here. I think they are going to find themselves in some trouble. So, just the sheer amount of firepower coming through. Mike's going to do 8 shots though. These are going to come through the terrain. This is going to be -1 to hit rolls. So these are going to be on 3s. But it's all re-rollable. Mike's going to add a dice in, pop in 6s, because they're on Wanton Massacre, because Abaddon switches the unit to do that. It's fine, yeah.
So this is the reroll.
This is the rerolls, yeah.
Watch.
Okay.
And that's the 6.
Force to win.
Force to win.
And rerollable for Abaddon. 5.
5, yep.
5 minus 1.
Yep.
Go one at a time on the model that's wounded. So we'll go for a 4-up. He died. Right, now we've got some decisions to make. I could try and tank these on the Terminator to give him a 3-up save to protect his Space Wolf brethren. Yeah, I'll tank it on the Terminator. See if he can be a hero. 4 left to go. I'm going to go Patronic on this one. Top of the deck here is Andrew Swan, an Ultramarines and Custodes player. First one. Failed. God, I'll roll them all here. Oh, I failed that one. That was a 2. I failed 2 in a row. I'm going to cry. Passed that one and failed that one. Yeah, I surely must roll better, so we'll command reroll. Failed! Oh dear. Oh, I haven't used this model for ages on the channel, and then he's gone. Okay, so we're removing from play. That is a shame. Terminator slain. He was meant to tank the hits coming through, but no, he's the first to fall here for this round of shooting. Right, next. So he did absorb all of those, but that's the 2 models that are obscured by terrain. The bulk of Mike's force here of Terminators. Oh yeah, off you go. Could be looking at the complete destruction of the squad here. That's scary stuff.
Right, so my hands aren't big enough.
Here we go.
And these are hitting on 2s.
Yes, this is without the terrain causing a problem. There's some 6s now. We'll get to those in a second, and then Mike can roll up his hits.
So 2 missed.
Okay.
So that one, that one, that one.
That one, yeah, that's it. It looks like 4 bonus ones have come through. So now we're on to the wounding of 4s, but rerollable.
Yeah.
Exceptionally powerful, yeah. Baden's buffs. So I'll give you 4s, not rerollable. I'm going to need... Oh dear, it's going to be over 20 saves to make here, I think. We'll get my dice ready. We'll count them out in 5s. Oh boy. Emperor have mercy. The Emperor is our shield and protector. Mike's still rolling dice. I got 20 ready. It's more. I'll add another 5.
20, 22, 24, 26, 28.
28 saves of 4 plus. Oh, that's a good roll. Ugh. 1 slain, 2 slain, 3 slain, 4 slain, 5 slain, 5 core, 5 slain, and 1 left on a wound. A defiant model remains alive. So, does it really matter who? Or leave that guy wounded there at the front? But that squad's been decimated, almost wiped out here. Deadly, deadly stuff. Those Terminators. I thought, oh well, Stormbolters are not that scary, but reroll hits and wounds and that little bit of AP minus.
Yeah.
Particularly good with the Demon Shells. Nasty stuff. Well, that result's really going to help you making up your mind about Deep Strike.
I know, that's what makes it difficult for me.
It is tricky. Okay. Next, sorry, Bikers.
Bikers, the closest, so I'll be hitting on +1 but -1. Yeah.
Going after him. Yeah, go ahead. Right. Take him down. Right, Bikers shooting. Abaddon's nearby, so 3's hit because of cover. I'm going to try and finish off him.
Yeah.
Okay. And forced to win.
Just the 1.
Just the 1. 3-up save. Passed. He's alive.
Freezer.
Yes.
Closest.
Yeah, fine. So they're going to... Most of their firepower is going to go into here, but 1 laser cannon shot is going to go into the Dreadnought. Sorry, I can't see him.
Yeah.
1 laser cannon shot is going to go into here. Yeah, because he's a character, he's not. So Mike can shoot him. There's one las cannon can see him. You can do him first if you want to.
Yeah.
Mike will go Patronic on this one. Chance to put some early damage on one of the Dreadnoughts.
Marcus Anthony.
Marcus Anthony. Okay.
So 4.
4s, yeah.
Oh.
Got the hit. 5. Well done. 3s to wound. Yo, doesn't wound. Okay.
Yeah. I'll leave it.
Let it go. Yep. Mike down to 1 CP. We're on 3 currently.
So the cannon. 3s.
This is auto cannon shots.
1 additional.
Oh yeah. Okay. Brilliant shooting.
3s.
Yep.
The wounding was awful. So 4.
Yes. I'll go for. I think it's going to be AP -1.
2.
-2.
-2 too damage.
Yeah, we'll go 5s. We'll not be foolhardy here and lose the Terminator. So we'll go for 5s now. Saves. Oh boy. And please tell me it's damage 1.
2.
It is damage 2. God, no. Yeah, we just have to take damage. God, I've been shot at like crazy here. Bad stuff. Okay, 3 casualties taken. This is going to be morale for them. And obviously morale for the body across this side. I think they've lost 7, I believe, from that squad across there.
And then the last cannon to them.
That's 8. That's going to make too much difference. Last cannon shot.
Yeah, stick them on Marcus Anthony, so I'll just hits.
Yep.
Wounds.
Wound. Could tank it on the Terminator. He's got Storm Shield. But we'll try and resist this, so we'll just go for a 6 for a save instead. Yeah, D6.
D6, yes.
Got him. Another one gone. Ouch. So 4 casualties taken.
What an Havoc launcher.
Yeah, Rhino's going to fire here, target here, to finish him off.
Yeah, so 2s because he's the closest eligible now still.
It's a Storm Bolter.
Yeah.
Or Havoc Launcher.
No, the boulder first, just to see. 2.
That could be enough. It's not. With Defiance again from that Lone Marine.
Oh.
He's dodging bullets here.
He's making my life difficult, so I just need to find.
It's causing particular annoyance to Mike here. Let us see the face of such defiance. Let us see him. That's the Marine that's saying no. We'll put him back. D6 shots to the Havoc Launcher. 2. In 2s. And pops an extra, yeah, and 3s to wound, actually, strength 5.
2.
So you come through. This could be enough. No! He's a hero. Right, so no points picked up here. Psychic Interrogation, Mike was too far away. Nothing for primaries, obviously. The Long War, no. And then behind enemy lines, not at this stage. No points picked up here. Black Legion on the move here. Space Wolves must respond. Go on to Space Wolves, turn 1. Next. Alright, so movement here for the Space Wolves on their first turn. We did check morale. We busted with that unit in the middle, lost a model and lost 2 more from combat attrition. They then decided, after some of their comrades running away, to advance a total of 10 inches. So they've scooted across here and grabbed the central objective. Went slow with these. The Claw unit with the Terminator there, they've gone up, falling just short of 3, I believe, of the objective. Just the one unit holding it in the middle. Crom Dragon Gaze just advancing behind them. Psychos move around here, Librarian, Rune Priest, and then advancing with these, just rolled a 1 with the Wolfen. Rolled a 4th advance here with Murderfangs, who swung right round across here, just making use of this terrain. Cavalry rolled quite low with them, but they've pushed up 10 inches, plus advanced moves made by both squads. Venerable Dreadnought rolled slow for its manoeuvring here. We said we could cross this, but it's -2, and it's gone through to there. And then Bjorn the Fell-Hand is shifted to his right here. He is protected by the Dreadnought here, so offering a layer of protection for him. And then both of the Long Fang units just remaining stationary. They have plenty of targets. That's movement done. We're going to Psychic phase next for the Space Wolves on their first turn. Yeah, we're talking about if Abaddon was deep striking with Terminators, I mean, they could go right here, they could go right into the heart of the Space Force, they could come across here and block this attack. It's one of the upsides for deep striking them in is just the sheer options that become available as when, yeah. But then Mike's saying, yeah, but look at all the stuff he's killed, so. This is the conundrum he faces, but it's his own fault. This is the list, or the armour he's chosen, so it's the big question that he has of the structure for his force. But these games, they're experimental battles, so now's the time to try things out. So Psychic Phase here, I'll try and give some buffs and bonuses to units. So the only one I'm going to play is Stormcaller. So we'll try and call a storm here. So this is a 6. Should be quite straightforward. This goes off in a 9. Okay, we've positioned ourselves so we're too far away from Mike to try and stop it. So we'll put that on. So core units within 6 inches count as having light cover. So it's going to offer some protection, like this unit here is in range. So they'll receive +1 to their armour saves for light cover. That's it. Psychic Phase finished. We're going to Shooting Phase next. Okay, so on Shooting Phase here for the Space Swords, we'll kick off with Beyond the Fell Hand, just tucked in there. We'll go after those bikers, I reckon. So 2 shots. We'll commit this to somebody. Tyler Schwab, Necron player. But we'll do his 2 shots here with this one. So looking for 2s. Yes. Looking for bikers are toughness 5. 3s to wound. Okay. I'll leave. I'll do it. I'll CP. Reroll this one. Oh! 1 goes through. 6 up save. On the lad's cannon.
Quite an honour if it was range, wasn't it?
Oh, if they had the mark, yeah. No, thankfully they don't. Okay, so that goes through. D6 damage, Tyler Schwab. 4+ would be great. And we get a 4. Yeah. There we go. All right, so 1 biker that succumbs to lad's cannon hit from Beyond the Fell-Handed. Right, going to fire these all out of range. Cyclone missile launch, though. We'll go after the bikers. We'll fire across there. Again, we're going through terrain for the shot, so it's going to be forced to hit. We'll go with the Signum on him, so make it 3s. And I'll patronise this one as well. There's a good Imperial player. Chris Heim, Imperial Space Marines, Sisters of Battle. 2 shots. Crack shots going through. 1 has missed because of the terrain. Nothing I can do. And then we're going to go for 3s to wound. No. Oh. We will burn the cherub and shoot again immediately. So same 2 shots coming through, needing 3s. We get 2 hits this time. 3s to wound. One of them doesn't. 1 goes through. 1 at minus. Oh, Devastator Doctrine. So -3 on this one. Blocked on a 6. Oh. Okay. That's a shame. All right, we'll think about what to do with the next unit of Long Fangs. Right, Long Fangs across there. One of the models can't see anything. The small arms fire. There is a plasma gun in there, which I'll supercharge and take the risk. And then fire the rest of the bolters that remain stationary. And then we'll go with... They're all going to go into the Terminators. And then the Cyclone missile launcher will go into the bikers. So we'll go... bolters and a storm bolter from the Terminator into the Terminators. What toughness are you now?
5.
You are toughness 5. 5's to win then. So 3 saves -0. So 3 saves of 2+. Ooh, a wind makes it through. And we'll supercharge the plasma. Try not to do a James hit. No, we're okay. So we get our hit. And we do get our wound. So -3.
So 4 up. Fine.
Well done. Okay. So saved on the Terminator.
Oh no.
No, 5s.
Oh, hang on. Cover?
Yeah, Mike can take cover from the Munitron armor container. That's fine, it's blocked. That's all okay. So we're now looking for Cyclone missile launcher. Using the Signum on him's 2s now for the bikers. You can see straight through. Yeah, no, I'm firing at the bikers. There's no minuses for hitting them. So those 2 hits do come through. Going to try and wound on 3s. Yo, 1 of them doesn't. Blocked. Well done. And I'll burn another cherub and shoot again. 1 hit. Oh no, 2 hits with the cherub. Signum. And 3s to wound. 2 3s. Blocked 1. And D6 damage on the other. 6 popped him. All right, finally got another bike. So one of those gone. Okay. Mike rolled up the feel no pain on the wounds that came, or the wound that came from the Terminator but failed, so that wound has gone through. So we put a wound onto one of the Terminators, which can potentially be restored again. Okay. Can you restore bikes? No?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that's the master possession, so you can restore models back to play even on the bikers. That's shooting done here for the Space Wolves. It's close combat ready for them, but there's no targets in range for a charge, at least at this stage. We'll calculate points and bring the turn to an end for the Space Wolves. Okay, so turn comes to an end. Nothing for Warrior Pride, no charges yet. Engage in all fronts. We are too close to the line here. You have to be over 3 inches away, so none of my units have done that. It's nothing for engage in all fronts, not quite. And obviously no assassinate at this stage. Turn comes to an end. Early point in the battle here. We're going to turn 2 for the Black Legion next. Alright, so turn 2 for the Black Legion. It's looking promising here for them. A number of units getting themselves into good position. 8 points picked up for primaries. This home objective, and also the objective over on the left-hand side under Mike's control. So, Rhino was here. Disembark 3 and move 6. They've got themselves to there. A 9-inch charge to make it to the barrier to get into combat against the Long Fangs. The bikers scooted across as well, and not only that, we'll call them out now, but the 2 obliterators have arrived. Individual units, so one of them is trying to ambush these, the other one set up to ambush the other Long Fangs unit. Now they're also going to pick up points behind enemy lines as well, so there's multiple uses for those, and they can shoot and fight as well, so very, very useful units. So some of the top units for Mike at the moment, they're very, very good indeed. Terminators, the steady advance, but they're not redundant because they can lay down another blanket of firepower again. They've been blessed by Abaddon. Moving through. Master of Possessions just tucked across here just to dish out his powers in different directions and not be hampered by any psychic interference. The Empty Runner just here. Dark Apostle. An Illusory Supplication went off again on the Terminators. And then a Spawn across here just on duty on the objective. And then over on the other side, the Marines have moved out to lay down some firepower but staying on that left-hand objective. Cultists pushing forwards, I think, to act as a meat shield against the wolves. The idea is to feed the wolves.
Yeah, feed them. Yeah.
Keep them away from the havocs. That's Mike's plan. Brutal but cunning in a way here for the Black Legion. But looking healthy enough. The Terminator's making this steady push towards that central objective. And yes, they are in range for a charge. I've forgotten one model. The Demon Prince of Wings up above here. So Mike's currently got the new model from Games Workshop on the painting desk. We're just standing in with this one here. It's jumped up on top. As we reckon, the rules are you can fight down vertically against the Dreadnought, in which case Mike will need a 7-inch charge. We're going to Psychic Phase next. So I'm not liking this, Space Wolves, as the hunters have become the hunted here. I think Mike's got the advantage over us at this stage. We'll try and weather this storm and strike back as effectively as possible. And I kind of wish that I'd kept them in the main line, because we've been thinned out here, but we'll see.
I'm going to pack the flesh onto the bikes.
Oh, to bring one back, of course.
It
Goes off. I can't stop it.
So I actually pack my bikes away.
He's put the bikes in his home time box. But they're going to come out. Closer. Oh, even more cunning here. Starting to see a bit more smooth, streamlined stuff going on with Mike's Black Legion. He's getting the feel for them here.
Yes, very much. I will do Delightful Agonies onto the Terminators.
Okay.
5+ Final Pain.
That goes off to protect them again.
Yeah.
You're kind of building them up to the point where it just puts people off from trying to shoot or attack them, which works in Mike's favour for sure.
And then the third one will be Mutated Invigoration onto the Terminators again.
Okay.
So off an 11.
11. Okay.
So that gives them +5 toughness. Now if that had been Demon Kin or Demon Engine, they'd have got +1 strength and toughness.
Okay.
Next
So you're up
one,
to toughness 5, yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll do Psychic Interrogation from my Demon Prince.
Yep.
Needing a 5. Oh, right. I need it to go off, so I'm going to use...
Yeah, and it needs to go off well, because I could try and stop that one. It's the Demon Prince that's casting that.
Yeah, so Max Field Knuckles.
Ooh, it does go off on a 6. Mike could cunningly re-roll that.
I am going to.
Okay.
Only because...
Needs to be higher.
Yeah.
High it is. Well done. The gamble's paid off. 10. I must try and stop. And we'll go Nathan Paxton, another Ultramarines player. I need an 11. It's insane. But you never... Oh! Made you sweat a little bit.
You did. I've seen the 6. So what's your leadership as well?
Yeah, I'll just... God, it's silly though. Honestly, it's a waste. Yeah, we'll leave it. What would I got? Ha! Okay, I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so yeah, move on. Next bit is the...
I just want to know what your leadership is.
Who are you interrogating?
The
weakest person.
Yeah.
The weakest mind. So we're on shooting. There's actually plenty of options here for the Black Legion. So with that psychic interrogation, it picks up victory points, Mike, which we'll add in later on. And then also that CP picked up because the psychic test was higher than the leadership of my unit. So yeah, there's options. There's firepower here, which is opened up across here. There's Havocs once again. Terminators to lay down their devastating blanket of firepower against a fresh target. A bit of firepower across here. Of mix and match, you can go for any type you want with the Obliterators. Mike's never fired these before, but cultists are going to shoot into my Terminators. Into that squad there, yeah.
Fours.
What an insult it would be if they can get hits and wounds. Or I could fail my saves.
5s then.
5s to wound. Oh, typical 4. Power armor. I haven't the heart to put it on Terminator. Would have taken a wound. Killed a Marine. Just move on. Okay. Cultist, well done. First volley and a kill picked up from there. Marine drops to the ground here. Space Wolves in disbelief that these zealots are capable of such abominations. So the Terminator on his own now, and that is an Autarch here. It's Dylan Moore in charge of him, so he is the tip of the spear, or the edge of the hammer in this case, for that model. And we hold on to the objective as well. What a place to be. Rhino's going to fire next into that Terminator model, so Havoc Launcher and Stormbolter.
Yeah, so explosive eligibles from 2s, 3 roll on 1s because they're within range of Avalon. Pop an extra.
Yeah, Mike's going to take a hit away there. It's not for the vehicles, it's core and character.
I just got to be a bit excited.
5s to wound.
5s.
Nothing? Okay.
No.
Havoc, D6 shots. 6.
Yes.
2s.
2s, yeah.
Fives again.
Yeah.
Go on. Past that one, just about. Yeah, I've just checked that range. We are, I thought it was, but we are definitely out of range of that central objective of the main unit. So it's just that Terminator that's clinging on to that central objective for us at this stage.
So
it's worth killing him. I'll get 4 points if you don't kill him. Mike will get 1 if he does kill him. So there's 5 points in it here. It's big enough.
how many ones has he got, sorry?
He's got 3 wounds.
3.
And he's Storm Shield Terminator.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so it might take a fair bit to bring him down. No, you don't get the extras for 6s, and it is 3s to hit. So just the 2 hits come through. 4s to wound. 1 comes through. -1. So go back to 3 up. Just about passed on a 3. Okay. Okay, tough choice for the Havocs, whether to fire up here and kill him. There's other options that can try and bring him down, but Mike feels threatened by these rampaging dogs across here. Thunderwolf Cavalry. They can see through to this squad, so he's going to fire everything into them. So there's all the auto cannons and 2 las cannon shots.
Yeah, sure. 2 shots each, hitting on 2s. Of course, I roll 2 1s. 3s.
3s to wound, yeah.
2.
2 at -2.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll commit this to Patronic. Come on, Imperial players. Nicholas Lucas. 4 ups, it'll take us to. We block 1, and 2 wounds go through, which we will take. We'll take it. We'll go on this model here. Okay, that's JP squad's taken some wounds.
Yeah, 2 las cannons.
Las cannon shots. Oh, he's got 2 hits.
3s.
3s to wound. Oh, 2 6s. They go for it. Oh. We'll stick with Nicholas Lucas. 4 ups. Block 1, save 1. Okay, and I'm going to command reroll this one. For a 4+ for the Emperor. Yes, we do. We survive. Firepower from those. Okay, just the 2 wounds taken. Interesting. Okay, working our way through the options. Surviving not too bad so far. 4 shots from the bikers going into the Terminator. I'm just going to try and trickle away some wounds. 4s. 3s. 2s. 3s. 3s. I was calculating the terrain, but it's not. They can fire through the terrain, no problem without having to pay for it. Oh, nothing coming through. Okay. A bad one to try and pick off the Terminator now. It's Mike's turning the dial on the seriousness of this. Carry Concord, Death Guard player. He's turning to Chaos Patreons.
Yeah, so 2s.
Yes, his closest target, yeah. 2 in, yep.
That's from this, yeah. Strength 5.
Toughness 4.
3s.
Okay.
2, 4.
Minus
1.
Minus 1.
It's 2 damage each.
Yeah, within 3 inches of those obstacles, we get cover. So, 2 ups. Makes sense, he duck and dive behind those. And we block them all. With Sergeant Moore. That's the kind of saga, that's the kind of heroics that suits the Space Wolves. One lone wolf standing defiant here. He'll encourage the entire army here. Sorry, carry on.
No, not having.
So that was Firepower from Ed Ferrer, by the way. The other Phoenix Lord of BP Wargaming's cheering over what?
Oh, can I borrow? Because I'm not on the objective. If I kill you off the objective, I've killed you and I've taken it.
Oh, you want to charge? Yeah.
4, 6, 8.
Oh, no, you've got the bike in range of it. So even if you wipe me out shooting.
So I will do the D6, or the D6 plus 9.
Okay.
For an R6.
15 shots.
9.
Hitting on a 2s.
6.
It's good coordination for the Black Legion at this point in the game. Doing okay.
Yep. And
you can go Darren Gardner. He's Death Guard player.
yep.
Okay. These are heavy weapons. Mike's not popping extra hits this turn.
And then
3s to win.
Yep. 6.
Can't use transhumans for Primaris. There's not a single Primaris model in this list.
11.
11 saves. It's not bad. It's going to be 4 ups. We've blocked
Quite a few, actually.
quite a few. Yeah, just over the average. It's going to kill 2 and put a wound on another. So Mike's plan is to shoot this unit, charge him. That's the ideal situation with the Black Legion. So hitting on 2s. 6s of what the...
6 is pop.
Yeah, he's got about 8. More.
Okay.
Whoa.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
9. That's got to break the record. That's insane. 9 bonus hits come through. This is just half the attacks. Now they're receiving the benefits of light cover. And Mike has he'd already declared that he was going to play Demon Bolts, the same one from last time. Yeah, Demon Shells, being used. Go ahead. Mike's on 2 CP, I'm on 3. Trying to wound here on 4s.
That wasn't an awful great roll there.
Okay. I could tank these on a Terminator. That'll be keeping on 2s. I'm probably losing that.
So 2, 4, 6, 14, 16, 17 in the first volley.
Okay. So I've got 17 so far. This is the other half coming through.
So that one and that
It's all good, yeah.
Yeah, that was my success this time.
Mike's on rerolls for hitting and wounding, thanks to Abaddon.
The Black Legion keyword.
Yeah. All right, another 8. Oh, he's rerolling his wounds. There's more coming. Another 6.
2, 4, 6, yeah.
Right, I think we'll use a Patreon for this one. All right, I'm annoyed enough. Ray Cross. He's a Space Marine player. Played against Ray Space Marines, so these are the saves. What would you do, Ray? Tank it on a Termi? Or take the Marines as bodyguard to protect that Terminator? So it's one of those conundrums for taking that unit choice. This is the unit in question across here. Tank it on the Termi. We'll see how long we can stretch this guy out here. 2 ups is the advantage of going with him. 1 at a time. So here we go. Past, come on, survive. Yes. God, if James was here, I'd ask him to chant. Keep going. Oh, winds come through. Oh, winds come through. Yeah.
Is that 3 ones in a row?
It was 3 ones in a row. Oh no, that means it's opened the floodgates to the rest of these coming through. These are 3 ups. Oh, the tragedy of it. Oh, absolute tragedy. On such a good roll. We were, but these have failed. He's tanked some of it though. Okay, so 3 slain plus the Terminator. Gone. A 7 for the Demon Prince. A 6. No. Ooh. Too far away for the +1 to the charge rolls from Abaddon, so it's got to be a CP reroll. Yeah. Mike's going to go Patronic. Bjork the Zog Puncher. Ask the Orcs for help with a charge. No, it doesn't go ahead. Demon Prince stranded now. Charge has not gone in. Wow. Ooh. Okay.
Right.
Press on. Yeah. But that is annoying. That Demon Prince is a pretty straightforward charge, that one, but no.
Biker's on.
Biker's going in, should be easy contact. Here comes the big charge. 10. So they'll make it in. Now, Mike will swing them around, no doubt, to make way for the other unit that's going to try and charge. Yeah. Which we said they were on an 8, was it?
Yeah, just to
get to the barricade, yep.
No.
7.
Yeah.
No, doesn't go in.
Obliterator. Surely
Obliterator must go. Oh, in he goes.
Oh, yeah.
Grim dark grisly stuff. That's BPP wargaming. And then does the other one go in? It's a bit of a charge around the corner.
That's a big one.
So we'll just see what Mike gets. No. Okay, so that's the state of play at this point. Charge. Oh, hang on a second. Terminators. They are? Oh, no. We said 7 with the +1 to the charge rolls from Abaddon.
Yeah.
We'll zoom in here just to show you the situation. There he is standing on the objective, and then ahead of him is the Terminator's poised and ready to charge.
So I make this charge and protect the Demon Prince as well at the same time if I can.
Oh, you can huddle around him. How interesting.
Yeah, so no, I'll do that now.
Okay. 9. Right, we've got ourselves a fight for the centre here. Black Legion Terminators are going to go crashing in against the lone wolf Terminator. Sergeant Moore, or Wolfguard Moore, stands defiant. And if he survives and strikes back, he'll become Dylan the Destroyer.
He's not going to live long enough.
Okay. All right, so the charge has gone ahead. We're not going to heroically intervene, so Dylan Moore is on his own there on the central objective. But the rest of the Space Force looks on at this glorious act of heroism. 10 Black Legion Chaos Terminators come slamming in to the lone Wolfguard Terminator. We'll resolve these combats here. So I could interrupt play, actually, so Mike can think about where he wants to attack. Interesting. It makes it easier for Mike. What is your mark? Mark of Slanesh?
Slanesh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to force me to fight last anyway. There could have been a cheeky interrupt play, swing with a hammer, but Mike's going to shut that down with the Terminators. So really it makes sense to attack with the Obliterator.
Yeah. 4 attacks, just hitting on 2s because I made the charge.
Okay.
Must be 4.
Yeah, again, because it's +1 to the hit roll in close combat. Charge.
It is strength 10.
2's to wound. It's like a dreadful roll, but it's still good. Yeah, 3. Make it 3. -3?
Yeah.
Just take it on Marines. God, I'm going to get chopped up here. Oh! Ooh. Sorry. Just take 1 casualty. 1 slain. I'll take that any day of the week. So 1 model brought down. Okay, but no comment from Mike. Okay, so a second assault factory has been set up here. It could be another one. Oh dear. I'm not using Xenos dice, they cannot be blamed. I'm just using the Imperial Fist dice, but they do pop 6s. I've trained them to do that for Imperial Fists. I'm not going to interrupt play. I'll save the C, but I surely must save the CP for other stuff. So Mike's free to fight with the bikers.
Yeah, the bikers. So 4 and 3, and hitting on 2s.
Yep.
Full hit.
4's to win.
4's to win.
Ooh, just the one.
It's not how I expected that to go.
Regular Marine. Failed. Glad I didn't put that on the Terminator, so we'll take a wind. But the Longfang squad survives. That one not too bad. Really, we're just down to the Terminators. All right, so just taking in the moment here. It is a moment of glory. We'll just go in nice and close to this combat. There it is. Black Legion Terminators. 10 of them against 1. It seems other factions would say it's not fair. Space Wolves would say, bring it on.
Yeah.
Standing defiant here with Dylan the Destroyer. If I survive this, Mike.
I know. Midnight then. I'll start with him.
Starting with Midnight, yeah, the squad leader, the autarch here. And he's going to go Chris Comiskey with these dice. Oh, man, he's stacking it up here. 2s for hits.
Rerolling. Yeah, I'll hit.
Yeah, Midnight could do this.
Yeah.
By himself. It's a clash of squad leaders then.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What's strength 5? What's your toughness?
Toughness 4.
4, so 3's rerolling.
And that's enough to kill me.
4 at -3, 1 damage.
Blood Angels Ryan, 100% will take help from him. 4 ups. Damage 1, right?
Yep.
Please. Okay, right. 2 wounds taken. He's half slain. Ah. Okay. I'll tell you what, Mike. Do you want Terminator at a time? See how many I can survive.
I'm game.
Here we go. Next Terminator. This is 1 AM. We'll make his
1
attacks.
AM, yep.
You're not popping anything for 6s at this stage?
Oh, I am, yes.
Oh, no.
Yes, because they were put into that. Oh, no, I'm not close combat. No, sorry. My apologies. It's the next turn.
Carry on.
3's reroll.
You're on +1 strength for these accursed weapons. Yeah, so they've all wounded. This could be enough. 1 AM could do it. 4s. Got me. Ah. Pride says reroll, do a command reroll, but overall Tactician says no, don't do it. We've lost him.
Past your bedtime.
Yeah, he's gone. If I had a command rerolled, would have survived. Would have moved on to 2 AM to bring him down, but he's gone. Defiance for sure. Well done to that lone Terminator, but overwhelmed. The flood has come in. The tide is too high, and that squad is destroyed. A second squad of Blood Claws destroyed, and the third squad that's here, it's in the right state as well. So my whole Blood Claw line has been decimated here by the Black Legion. Okay, a little bit of fighting back here. We'll go with the Terminator. 2 attacks, we were charged. 2s.
Toughness 5.
Yeah, toughness 5. 1 wound. The power sword is +1 strength. But AP -3.
Yeah, that's what's the damage?
Damage 1. No panic.
Yeah, 1 damage.
Yeah, it is +1, so we're all good. So we caused a wind. We'll do the 4 attacks with the Marines. All hit. And nothing. No wounds from them. Strength 4, toughness 5. Okay, that's that resolved across there. And that's about it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Space Wolves really haven't got their teeth sunk in yet. Surely they must strike back on the next turn. It could be a moment of truth. a make or break situation for them. Pressure is mounting here from the Black Legion. They just snatched the central objective in Defiance, and it's a super tough unit that has done so. The Terminators, Mike has plenty of decent units following up. There's a Baden over there. There's other units pushing through as well. And defence over on this flank. So it's looking healthy enough for the Black Legion. And it's not straightforward for the Space Wolves. We've got units in our back lines to try and deal with as well. And I've only got one flanking unit, which is unlikely to get a charge in on the next turn coming up. We'll calculate points at this stage. You'll see what the Black Legion have picked up. All right, so points picked up here. Long War, Mike cleared. Destroyed a unit and cleared an objective. Maxed out, 3 points for that one. Behind enemy lines with those 2. So 4 points picked up for that. Brilliant. So you're disrupting the enemy, you're shooting at them, you charge them in close combat, and you're picking up a ton of victory points. So Obliterators doing this kind of work along the back lines is fantastic. Psychic Interrogation went off as well earlier on, so 3 points picked up for that, and 8 points for primaries as well. So 18 points to 0 here for the Black Legion. A very healthy amount of points coming through at this stage. That's the turn coming to an end. Space Wolves on the back foot. There is striking power here. I've got some units that may well be able to have some kind of impact against those Terminators. We shall see. They are a bit of a tar pit unit, though. If we get sucked in against them and drawn in, Mike's free to operate with other units, and it could just absorb my quality stuff one unit at a time. But we'll see. We can't leave them. Something must be done about those Terminators. We'll go on to turn 2 for the Space Wolves next. Right, so we're on turn 2 here for the Space Wolves, having a big, long discussion about the order of fighting close combat. So you may have come up across this in game. You're bound to have come across this in games of 40k for the order of fighting. There's so much abilities out there now for fights first, forcing unit to fight last, and these abilities, we've got multiple layers of this stacked up here. So I'm going to try and run through this. Do leave your own comments in the comments section below if you know the rules for sure. It'd be great to hear back from people. We're going to play it a certain way, which we think is correct. We try and do the best we can in our games. But if we're right, then let us know. If we're wrong, do let us know. And the reasons why in the comments section below. So I'm going to try and explain this here. So my Exterminators, it's obvious I'm going to go after them. They have an ability at the Mark of Slanesh. And the wording is that they get to fight first. Okay. So, in which case, we'll just try and build this up here in complexity. So if this unit of Bloodclaws charges, they also get fights first because they're a charging unit. If it was just those against those Terminators, we both get the fights first rule. They sort of cancel each other out. Then you go back to alternating units. Because it's my turn, Mike would fight first with the Terminators, and then if they survive, they would then get to fight. So really what's going on is when you've got charging units and also abilities that grant the fights first rule, you sort of enter into a queue of units that are eligible to fight. So you go for your charges, the fights first ability, and then just alternate between those two with the abilities going off. So that's quite straightforward. But then we have a string of different abilities going on here with the Space Wolves. So the first one is on him. So he has the Armour of Rust. Now we think this is stronger worded here, and it's different. It's not a fights first, but it's rather a shutdown. So at the start of the fight phase, if he has to get into close combat, let's say he does, you can select one enemy unit within engagement range of the bearer, which will be the Terminators. It then says that unit is not eligible to fight this phase until after all eligible units from your army have done so. So we reckon that's stronger than fights first. That's kind of shutting unit down and forcing them to fight at the very end of the combat phase. So that means we reckon any abilities that they've got fights first, and changing that order around, this just overrules that and just shuts the unit down and forces them to go last. So that's coming from him. There is also, just to complicate things further, we'll go to my Warlord ability here, Warlord trait for Crom, who's just in there. It says for him, Warriorborn, sorry. At the start of the fight phase, if this Warlord is in engagement range of enemy units, it can fight first. So in this situation, he gets the fight first ability, where he joins the queue of all the others that get fights first, which will be Mike's Terminators, the Marcus Slash, any charging units, they all join in that queue, and we figure out who goes first from there. So it's like a softer ability, and it's on the same level as the others that we've seen, but we reckon this one here is stronger. And then, to further throw things in...
You don't make things simple.
No, and this is not our fault, this is Games Workshop. Murderous Hurricane. So it says here, if this psychic power goes off in the fight phase, you've picked an enemy unit within 18, that unit is not eligible to fight until after all eligible Space Wolves units from your army have done so. So again, it's another shutdown. Everyone gets to fight, no matter what their abilities are, and then you get to make your attacks. So I reckon, again, that's another stronger worded one that would overrule all the fights first different abilities across the board. So we reckon our interpretation is fights first, whether it's charging units or abilities, you just join the queue. If it's all fight first units, Mike will get to fight first because it's my turn. He picks a unit and fights, so we just follow the normal order for combats. But with these abilities here, either the psychic power or the relic, if we go in and shut Mike down, it'll force his Terminators to fight last until all other eligible units have done their attacks, and then Mike gets to fight. So we reckon I'm going to get a number of units here, potentially all my charging units if they go in, will get to fight here against the Terminators before they have a chance to strike back. And obviously this is quite an important situation. The game's the fight for the central objectives early on in the battle. We reckon we're right, but do correct us if we're wrong. If you have a different interpretation, then do let us know in the comments section below. And if you've lost track of what we're talking about, just sit back and enjoy the game. This is what it is. Yeah, Mike's happy enough. We've chewed through this, and we reckon that is the correct interpretation of the rules. Okay, so we'll press on. In the light of that, we'll press on here with moves with the rest of the Space Wolves force. Already done these across here. We'll make some moves here. All right, so movement's done here for the Space Wolves. So cavalry's move around, roll well. Here I'm going to roll a 4, a 5, and a 6 for their advance. These have stormed through here. They have Swift Claw ability, advance and charge. They better make their charges. Then, well, I was going to say, look, it's like a dog he reunited with his owner across here. Frank Castle, the lone Imperial Fist Marine. It's good to see you, boy. Well done. The dogs have arrived to save the day here for the stranded Imperial Fist model. Then across here, we're going to go for this. So Wolfen have moved up. The two characters have moved up, the Rune Priest, and then also Crom Dragon Gaze. The Terminators, all three of them closing in here as well. So a proper wolf pack hunting group to go after. The Black Legion Terminators. And the Blood Claws, what's left of them. I'm sure their minds full of vengeance, shifting round to the right-hand side. As the Demon Prince could fight down, we could fight up, we reckon. So the Dreadnought could swing around and maybe fight upstairs against him. Holding position here, holding in close combat, hold until relieved over on that and flank over. I don't think we can even escape anyway, even if you wanted to. The flanking unit, which I was intending to bring over across the other side of the board, I've got to try and protect my back lines, so I brought these up across here, flanking onto the board, and poised to charge. They needed 9 for their charge to go ahead, but they've moved on to also hold the home objective. 4 points picked up for primaries, only control of 1 objective at this stage. And it will now go on to psychic phase next. Okay, so we'll try this one. This is the shutdown for Murderous Hurricane. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play that, actually. So we'll go for this one. And we'll go for... Drew Gums. Come on. Come on, reroll. Does not go off. That would have shut down Overwatch. That would have brought about that power to force Mike to fight last. So really we'll be relying on our Orphanstone Relic, which will still force Mike to fight last if the charge goes ahead with him, which he should be all right. Okay. But I can't shut the Overwatch down, which is annoying. Next, we'll go for Play Stormcaller. This is for hope in the future that we clear this out and survive, and then try and tank a bit of firepower coming in. So Stormcaller. And that does go off on an 8. So Mike may as well try and stop this one.
Yeah, why not?
With any cycle will do. He matches it on an 8, but not quite enough. Do you want to command reroll? No, he's got 2 CP for interrupting, so Stormcaller in play. That's psychic phase finished. We'll go on to shooting phase next. Blood Claws. Crack Grenade into the Terminators. Hits and wounds on strength 6, yeah. No, because -1 to wound rolls.
Don't hit.
Okay.
And -1 to wound roll as well.
Okay, so fouled twice. We'll go for bolt pistols. And 1, 2s and 3s again.
Yeah.
So the 1, 2s and 3s is coming from the prayer, yeah, and the -1 to the wound rolls is a relic.
The black rune of damage.
Okay. We'll keep going here. Crom's bolt pistol. A crack grenade, sorry. I'll roll that. Yep. Yes, we do get a wound. Okay, -1.
-1, so 3 up.
Oh, we got in.
5 up feeling pain. No, that's
Mike's on ahead here. I think I'm D3 more wounds. So another wound comes through.
Yeah,
Blocks that one though. And the 5+ for no pain is coming from
the Delightful Agonies.
Okay. Alright, so a wound caused. 1 out of 30. Murderfang. Okay, it's 2 hits. Rerolling, no, he's not caught. No, he's not. And no wounds coming through. I've got a heavy flamer. 1 hit. And no wound either. Okay. Crack grenade from the Ring Priest. 4 is a hit, yes. No wound. That's him done. Bjorn, heavy flamer into the Terminators. Las cannons into a... He'll just get his wounds restored by that pesky psycho. No, we'll try and wound the Rhino. 2s. 3s, yeah. Goes in. AP -3. 6 up to block.
6 up. Oh,
no.
Close enough. D6.
D6 damage. 6, we maxed out. Okay, so dropping down to 4 wounds left. Okay, heavy flamer. Automatically hits with dice off the table. 3. Forced wound becomes 5s. A wound comes through, -1.
3 up. That's another 1 I've rolled.
And a 5+ for no pain.
Oh, yes.
Ow! I got a hit here, rerolling 1s. Venerable Dreadnought's core. Nothing. Okay, so that's that done. I think most of the firepower around here has been done. We've managed to bring down a single Terminator. Blood Claws, pistols. 7 of them against the Obliterator. 2 hits and no wounds. Add plasma, single shot into the, not going to supercharge, into the Terminators. And he's going down there. 1 hit and the wound comes through on a 4, yeah, -3. blocked that one, and then we'll fire down here 2 shots into the obliterator. Using the signum, 2 hits come through, 2 wounds come through. Wow, blocked on double 6. Okay, firepower done. And nothing across there, locked in close combat. Oh, hang on a second, couple of bolt pistols against the bikers, 2 hits. And a wound comes through. No minus, and blocked across there. Fundorf cavalry, no shooting from them. And I think that's pretty much it here. So it's going to be close combat. So we'll go on to charges next for the Space Wolves on turn 2. So we had another big discussion about the rules here. We don't mind. It's a bit of a headache. We don't mind. It's just trying to get our head around. All these different codexes come out and all these abilities have started stacking up, and there's different ways of wording them and so on. So what we're talking about now, again, we're back to the Armour of Russ, and we are discussing the ability to interrupt play, because Mike's trying to save 2 CP to interrupt play. So what we were talking about earlier on was, despite all these abilities that we have, shut down, fight last, fight first, blah, 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 Mike could just interrupt play after I've attacked with one of my units. But the wording for interrupt play is you pick an eligible unit and fight with it. So it says after an enemy unit has made their attacks, you select an eligible unit and then fight with it next. Fine. So in a situation where you've got multiple charges going on and lots of fight first people stacked up, you could skip the queue and get to fight first. So we're then saying, coming across here to this relic here for Armour of Russ, at the start of the fight phase, you can select one unit with engagement range of the bearer. That unit is not eligible to fight this phase until after all eligible units from your army have done so. So not only does it shut down their ability to fight and they have to wait till the end, it forces them to fight at the end. It also makes them ineligible to fight until all the other units have done so. So you couldn't play, we reckon, you couldn't play interrupt play with that ability because Mike's unit is not eligible. They only become eligible at the end of the fight phase, in which case there is no point. You wouldn't need to spend those points because he's fighting last anyway. So I reckon that's the correct interpretation of part 2 of our discussion. But again, let us know in the comment section if you think we're wrong, if you know for sure, or if you think we are correct, then do leave that in the comments section as well. All right, so charges here. One of them I'm going to roll up in just a moment here, but we'll cover charges across here. So Venerable Dreadnought was the first to charge. Mike elected to, because he's not going to interrupt play, Mike elected to then Overwatch with the Terminators, rerolling all of their hits, searching for 6s, lots of them came through, and then popping extra hits on 6s. Got a ton of hits coming through, and a load of wounds. 12 wounds caused, rerolling wounds thanks to Baden as well. I failed 5.
How many wounds did you start off with? 8?
Yeah, it was
8.
8.
5.
Yeah, I failed 5. So 3 wounds left. The Venerable Dreadnought did absorb the Overwatch, but mighty costly for him. Dreadnought's in a sorry state, but still alive. And the rest of the units went in no problem. All of them close enough for the charge. So that's the situation we're looking at here. A Royal Rumble of the epic sort here. So you can imagine they would be seeking revenge after all those casualties. After watching the Lone Wolf brought down, they would definitely go in for that close combat against those Terminators. And there is a bit of a rush here from the Space Wolves because Abaddon's just over there. We'd rather try and clear those out of the way now and then face off against Abaddon is the potential plan. The problem with Abaddon is you're limited to 3 wounds per phase, so he could literally hold up this entire lot in close combat. Cavalry charges across here, successful going in and going in. Doing their job though, protecting the Havocs, but we're knocking on the door over on that flank. There's one charge I've not rolled up. It's this one here. We need a 9. Ooh, rah, we're in.
Oh, well, you roll a 9?
I did. And it's not the Xenos dice. It's me.
No, okay. it's just me. I can't roll a 9-inch charge.
Oh dear. You could borrow one of mine one day, but not today. We'll roll up here. We'll push this charge in.
5 up and 1. Or 5 up, no pain. 5 up and 1.
So going against the Terminators. -1 to the wound rolls. 1, 2s and 3s miss. 5+ feel no pain. And toughness 5.
Yes.
All that stacked in Mike's favour here. That's why I charged in with a third of the army or half the army, just to try and gradually work our way through. Alright, so I'm going to turn to the Wolf and I'm going to put Savage Strike on them. Give me +1 to my wound rolls. Try and cancel out a little bit of Mike's shenanigans going on. So We'll go with the Thunderhammers first. So that's 3 attacks each. And then it's Space Marines on the charge. So I'm going to try and strike here. Hitting on, would have been 2s, it's 4s. Oh, man. Well, that's a really good roll. Reroll 1s though. For, no, not core, so we can forget that one. So we'll take those away. We're not in our Savage Fury, so 6s won't pop anything at this stage. There is a stratagem to give you that, but it has to be played in the command phase, which we didn't. So now looking for 2s to wound, because it's -1 to the wound roll, because we're at strength 10, and then +1 to the wound roll, so it cancels it out. So 2s. All right. Almost tempted to command reroll that. Seriously. Do it. Yes. Okay, so 5 invulnerable saves. No, -2. So 5 saves are 4+ here. Adds semi-penonary here. It'd be handy for Mike to block these. It's quite an important roll, actually. Oh, no, none. He's going home. He's going home.
Oh.
Right, okay. So 5+ for no pains.
What's the damage on it?
Each one's damage 3.
Ugh.
I think, unless they changed it, please, it is damage 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
So first one.
Took one out, that's good.
It's alive on 1 wound.
Yeah. So then 3 again, just on the off chance he might survive.
Nope.
No, right, so he's gone. Okay, but it's absorbed 2 though, so that's good result.
Next one.
Well done. Just the 1 wound comes through, yeah.
Yeah.
Next one. This is the 4th. No, so it's 2 models slain, and there's 1 more lot of Feel No Pain of 5+ on 3 dice. We've done it correctly, I believe. No, alright, so it slays 3. That is a significant result. Oh boy, Thunderhammers to the rescue. Wolf and Frost Claws. 6 attacks, there's 4 base, +1 on the charge, +1 for the weapons. Looking for 4s. Looking for +1 strength, is it? Yes, strength 6 total. So 3s to wound, stays at 3s to wound, and it's rerollable. 2 wounds to come through. These are at -2. 2 4-ups.
4-ups.
Just 1 damage on these ones. Block 1. 5+ Feel No Pain. Yes, defiantly keeping that model alive. Mike currently has 5 Terminators left, and perhaps our most potent unit has now completed its attacks. Mike wants to keep 1 model alive. If he can restore wounds and restore models with his psych up. So it's very important for the Space Wolves to get the wipeout if they can, or put them in a much stronger position. If Terminators linger, then it's going to make things a lot harder, and it'll pave the way for Abaddon's arrival. Right, next is the Humble Blood Claws. They've made their parting move. So, Blood Claws, 1 attack base, Space Marines on the charge, Berserk charge, Chainswords, Vengeance. So we're looking for... It's 4s again, isn't it?
Yep.
We'll reroll our 1s at least for Crom and Beyond the Fell-Handed.
No.
No rerolls allowed.
No.
Shuts down that as well. Oh, God, man.
I may have forgot it.
Yeah. No, I've had no core units so far, so I haven't been getting any kind of rerolls. So it shuts down. One's... Oh, God. That's mighty.
Hit roll cannot be rerolled.
Yeah. And that's that prayer.
Yep.
That's so powerful. It's incredibly good. And that's for combat and shooting.
Yep.
Insane. Anyway, I'm going to try and wound here. So it's 5...
-1 to wound.
No, hang on. Are you toughness 5?
Yeah.
And you're -1 to wound roll.
Yeah.
So 6 is to wound. It's ridiculous. 1 wound, Mike. 1 wound. AP -1. Not saved. 5 up to ignore. You could command reroll it. It's handy having the extra Terminator. Mike's on a path here to keep the Terminators
What's
alive.
left to hit me here?
You've got Beyond the Fell-Handed, got Murder Fang, and you've also got Crom, Dragon Gaze. There's still some stuff to come through.
Yeah, I know.
But Mike's thinking about trying to keep a Terminator alive, just to take the hit. He's going to go for it, and he does block it. All right, CP spent. Boy, oh boy. This fight's proving to be a black hole for both for both sides, and CP's being drained. Mike's on none, I'm on 1. Okay, Blood Claws, their attacks bounce off the Terminators. So for future reference, Mike's keeping an eye on these powers. The 1s, 2s, and 3s, and there are no rerolls. That's huge. Massive. Brilliant ability. And way worth the points you spent on the model to do it. So definitely worth it. The 5+ for no pain's been huge as well. A number of times it's saved, it's stopped the cascade going on. It's interrupted the damage coming through. So very, very effective. I think actually without those powers, it'd be long since destroyed. So it's certainly helped out. And this is a major thing. You've got loads of Space Wolves units having to gang up. Most of my striking power having to concentrate on one unit to try and bring it down. We'll go on to Crom next. Situation here. I've already attacked Bjorn. I thought I'd lost track. So pretty much everything's been and gone. I've got 2 models left to fight with here. So it's the Venerable Dreadnought with the Great Axe and then Crom. So we'll do Crom. We'll see how he gets on. 5 attack space. Space Marines on the charge. So 6. It would have helped me if I was on turn 3 for my 6s popping extras. That would have been a huge thing, but we've not got that at this point. So it's going to be 4s. Okay, and again, no kind of rolls available. We're looking for strength 7, so 3s to wound becomes 4s. To make it through, and these are AP -2, so 2 4-ups.
Yeah, so many, right? Dave
Humphreys. Block 1, that'll help keep a Terminator alive.
What's the damage?
Damage 2. 5 up for no pain. And blocked another. Just a single wound caused. Serious shutdowns taking place here. 3 Terminators still remain. I got a Venerable Dreadnought left. I must fight the demon. I'm going to go for the Demon Prince. We're across here. Sorry, split codexes as well to make things simple. 4 attacks, 5. It's -1 to hit roll. I'm starting on 2s. I'm +1 to hit roll. So I still think on the charge I'm hitting on 2s. Starting on 2s. -1's 3s. +1 Space Wolves. I'll go Cleave. 2 successes against this demon would be very useful. So I'm going to go for 2s. Come on. There's a 1. To wound him will be 3s.
What's your strength?
Strength 10.
Yeah.
3s. Huge roll. Massive, massive roll. Come on. Is there any Imperial sympathy left on the board? Martin, Vagabond, Salamanders. All of them. Whoa, look at that. 4. Mike has a relic, giving him a 4+ invulnerable save. And it's an exception. Warlord trait, yeah. So 4+ invulnerable save. Dim Prince in trouble.
I can't roll 4+. We already know this.
Mike will go to the artist fallen on his V'ge. He turns to the Thousand Sons for for help in desperation here.
I don't want to roll this.
Huge roll. Blocked 1, blocked 2, blocked 3. He's done it.
Yes.
I can't believe it. Damage of 1 + 3. 4 wounds taken at Demon Prince. He should be dead, but against the odds, Mike has kept him alive. And that was the debut return of Vagabond here. Thanks. Demon Prince. 4 wounds taken. So Mike will get to make his attacks. We'll have to wait though. We've got other charging units across here. So cavalry charge over on this flank next. Crushing Teeth and Claws. 2s. 3s to wound. Well, 7 saves. -2. Really did need to be an assault doctrine, but there's not much we can do about it. Ooh, that's
What's
painful.
Damage?
It's damage 1. -2.
2.
3. 3 slain, yeah. That's Lucas's brown squad. So Mike has kept the model that's on the objective alive. He's lost the sergeant, but if he can pass morale across here, then he'll hold that objective. We're not a objective secured unit. Right, so cavalry success across here, breaking through, almost getting the wipeout. We could be denied this objective though if Mike and his morale holds. Switching all the way over to the other side of the board. It's the mark of a good game of 40k when there's action in every sector of the table, which we've got here. We'll go with the Blood Claws fighting next over on this flank. Okay, fighting across here. That's the regular Blood Claws. Terminator. Terminator base. Space Marines on the charge, Twin Lightning Claws. Don't get the Berserk charge for them. 2s. 5s to wound. Toughness 5 at least.
That's 5, yeah.
Yeah, 5s to wound. Rerollable. Okay, 2 come through at -2.
2 4-ups.
Yeah, whatever the -2. So Andrea's still here to try and block these.
Yep.
Well done, blocked. 2s now with chain swords. See if chain swords can overwhelm this thing. Looking for 2s. Looking for 5s. We've got the hits. We just get the wounds. Oh, there's a few. Nothing. And a bit of a recovery. I don't know if we're going to get him or not. So if you're -1, saves a 3+. Mike should survive this. 6 saves.
6 3-ups.
God, by a Croots Whisker. He survives. Okay, well done. Okay, so I'm going to do my attacks. I think I must go after the Obliterator there, so we'll go after him. So, Terminator. Does it. This is the Power Sword. 1 hit. And no wound. And the regular Marine. Missed. That's them done. Oh dear. Okay, they deserve to be in trouble. Bikers can do their attacks. May as well whilst we're across here.
4. And then 1 for the
Squad leader.
squad leader. I'm pretty sure that is 4. Yep. And chain sword. 3 for them all, plus chain sword. 3.
Okay.
And then
4s. And there's loads, there's 5, well done. And these are going to be -1. So we'll go on the Marine first. Passed and failed. He's gone. Now we're going to the Terminator. 2 saves at 3+. Okay, so Marine slain and a wound on the Terminator. So we've got a single model remaining there. They'll hold them up at least. So it's kind of a good result for us across here. And Mike's Marine could do his attacks before we move on to the main show.
So 3. I assume 5s and 6s.
5s,
so
yeah. 1 wound does come through. Try and save on dog, which we do.
-1.
It is -1. We take a wound. I think we're okay. We're a non-Terminator model with the Storm Shields +1 time the same throws. We're okay. I think that's all the combats except the Terminators
Did that one
fighting in the middle. No, sorry, I did this one across here. Other Obliterator fighting away. All hit. Nice. 2s to wound. They can stand up for themselves. They certainly can. 3 make it through. -3.
-3, 2 damage.
Blocked 1. And 2 come through. Alright, so 2 models slain from across here. So we'll go to the Terminators. I wonder where they're going to attack. There's different options. There's also the Dim Prints to fight as well. Alright, so Dreadnought removed from play. Did explode. 1 wound went on to the Dim Prints. And then wounded a load of others here. So Beyond the Fell-Handed wounded. Crumb took 1. Mike's Terminators took 1. Blood Claws took 1. Murderfang too far away. Now, as I was looking in amongst there to place mortal wounds, I noticed a model. The librarian here hasn't done his attack, so we'll do him now. It's not really he's a bit out of sync, but it's not going to affect too much. So we're looking for 4s on 4 attacks. Okay. We're looking for 3s to wound becomes 4s to wound. Yeah, well, 2 wounds come through. Now he's got a force axe here. So -2, D3 damage.
What's the 4-ups? That's 1 fail one.
Alright, D3. It's 3 wounds caused. We might be able to save ourselves here against one of these Terminators. Yeah, 2 wounds come through. So it is enough to...
Kill one that was on there.
Yeah.
After the explosion.
Away. Okay, so quite helpful. Down to 2 Terminators left. Yeah, Mike's pointed out correctly. The Dreadnought was too far away from the Dim Prints. It's only a 3-inch explosion, so we'll give him that wound back, no problem. Every wound counts here. This has been an important combat for sure. Mike can now attack with the Terminators. There's 2 of them. He's kept Midnight alive.
Yeah.
And he's trying to go after my shutdown ability. So it's going after the Librarian with both. Okay, go ahead.
So, Midnight.
Midnight first.
5 attacks.
2s.
3 rolling.
Okay.
Because
It's ongoing combat, yeah,
I
gotcha.
didn't charge.
Tops 1. Tops 2, sorry. Yeah. 3's the wound. Toughness 4.
Reroll.
Oh, he's done enough to potentially bring me down. So it's just a regular librarian would usually be dead. But I have the Armour of Rust here, so we've got a 4+ invulnerable save. Do you know what? We've kept him alive quite well. 2 wounds taken. Plus he's already on 1, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's barely alive. It's a 4 wound model. So you just need 1 more wound to bring him down. So it looks like he is going to go. Mike's trying to shut down my shutdown ability.
Reroll.
Okay. It's going to do it.
What do we say? 3's reroll?
Yeah. Whoop. Wow. 5. He's gone. You got him. Well done. Character destroyed. No more psychic phase for the Space Wolves. Character's been assassinated here by the remaining Terminators. And rightly so. It makes sense. They go after him. Right, so that's Phoenix Lord slain, as well as Nate Miller in command there of the Psycho, but he's removed from play. So Mike managing to pick out that model. I guess Stormcaller remains in play just as a final parting gesture there from the Psycho. Okay, so I think that's combat's resolved. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. That Demon Prince has killed his target, hasn't he? So he's free to
go where he likes.
Yeah, free to move. All right, we'll go on to the end of the turn here, calculate points. Right, points coming through for the Space Wolves, also resolve morale. Busted across here, so we've now captured that objective. That's gained us 3 victory points, because we've got a model just within range. So 3 for that, 4 points for primaries. Then nothing for assassination, engagement fronts for 2. Warrior Pride for multiple charges, multiple engagement range, so 3 points picked up for that. 12 points to 18. Both sides picking up the points. Space Wolves a bit behind. I still think Black Legion have the advantage. We'll go on to their turn 3 here, but this game hangs in the balance here. Good fight though, across the board. Multiple combats taking place, battling all across this sector here as the Space Wolves desperately fight on to cleanse this sector of the taint of chaos. And so far, they're not doing it too effectively. Rhino's going to anchor the objective across here. Master Possession moving up. Dark Apostles moved up and advanced. Abaddon's made a regular move. He's going to join this combat across here. Demon Prince has jumped down to get involved in the combat as well. This choppy squad's moved up as well for Legionaries. And then really the combat's over on that flank just to hold and fight on over on that flank. And if you can keep the Obliterators alive, pick up points for behind enemy lines. That's movement done. Psychic phase next. Right, Psychic phase finished. Mortal Wound caused model slain. That came from a prayer that was enacted outside of the command phase. It cost Mike 2 CP with the Dark Apostle. But that's the illusory supplication going off across there. Then your other psychic powers, no, psychic interrogation done by him.
Yeah.
So 3 command or victory points picked up for that. And
the other 2 failed. Yeah,
right.
Delightful Agonies and Mutate Configuration.
Okay, right. So we'll go on to... One did go off. You returned Terminator back to play.
Yeah, Pact of Flesh went off.
Pact of Flesh went off. Okay, Terminator restores. There's now 3 of them fighting away. So we'll go on to shooting phase next. Right, we've gone and resolved the shooting phase. Pretty good from the Havocs firing through. 2 of the Thunderwolf Cavalry brought down, so well done. A couple of Marines brought down across here. Bloodclaws destroyed. That was a stacker from the tank. Pistol here. Abaddon's firepower coming through as well. And then pistol firepower coming from the Legionaries across there. It's Obliterators firing into close combat. Brought down, I think, 1 model here and a wound on another. Obliterator destroyed the target across there. Clearing that objective entirely. We'll go on to charges next. It's a little bit missed. Bikers are freed up after the Obliterators destroyed their target. So Mike fired across here. The Bikers have managed to pick off another one of the Bloodclaws. Just the one of them left. Okay, we'll go on to charges next. Mike's going to go first to Demon Prince. I've got 2 CP. I could interrupt play here. So Mike wants to make sure that Dreadnought goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
6.
Looking for 2s. There's a cock dice there. So it's whole facing 6. That's fine. So Mike's added it in.
So if all auto hit or all auto wounded.
Oh, this crazy. And those pop extras, which then auto wound as well. Oh dear, beyond the fell-handed. I got a feeling he doesn't have an invuln save. 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 He does No, I've got a 5+ feel no pain, which you ignore. Right, so Mike has the ability that stops my feel no pain, as well as auto wounds come through. It's powerful. What is that, a relic?
Yeah, it's a relic. You only get it on a Nurgle.
Right, which you've then got...
Character, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go for... What's the AP minus on this thing?
-2, 3 damage.
-2, so we will take a 5-up save. I've saved 1. 7 have made it through. What is the damage?
3.
Damage 3 becomes damage 2, but it's still enough to cause 14 wounds, so I don't get my feel no pain. This what?
Still becomes 3, all modifiers are ignored.
Even the... Oh, that's right. Do we explode? We don't. It's alright, Dreadnought destroyed. Hang on a second. Yeah. We might better do something yet. Yes, only in death does duty end. Adapts to start his character, not been destroyed. So I might get a chance to fight here. Instead of an interrupt play, maybe we'll try and fight before we die. I'm going to pay it gladly. 2 CP. Only in death does duty end. We were charged. We're looking for 2s. 2s. With a true claw. Yes. 6 pop extra hits now on turn 3. So now we're looking for 2s. No, I don't think so. I'm going to strength 10, I believe. 2 carried away here.
3s.
3s to end. It's rerollable. Oh boy. Demon Prince has got 6 invulnerable saves to make here. This could be the end of him. We shall see. It's damage of D6 each time. Mike needs another epic roll. Blocked 3. It's a noble roll here. But 3 make it through. 3d6 damage. We're going to take the Demon Prince with us. We do. 11 damage caused against him. And that's... Okay, so the 2 have cancelled each other out. Finally removing him from play. Alright, Phoenix Lord slain. Amy Almo. And I've lost 1 too. Mephisto destroyed. Okay. Units dropping here for both sides, but 2 CP spent, and it means the Demon Prince has been eliminated from play. Mike can press on the next unit. Okay, so Crom's got a Fights First ability. So has Abaddon. So have the Terminators with their marks of Slanesh. We reckon it goes down to alternating as per the usual rules. It's my turn, so I pick a unit, which will be Crom. So I get to fight with him first. Correct us if we're wrong. I reckon that's how it works. I was charged. I get 6 attacks. I'm going to try and... I'll try and mark Abaddon here. Shut down to 4s.
Oh, no, you're hitting Abby. Sorry,
Yeah.
What's your toughness? Or the strength of this?
Yeah, okay. So Crom struck Abaddon here. Strength 7.
Yeah, be 3s.
-2, 2 damage. 3s to wound. Come on. Yeah, 4 have made it through. 4 at -2. We could mark Abaddon here.
4?
Yeah, 4 saves at -2. It's Crom's debut back for a while.
Yeah, so
yeah.
That'll be ignored and that's 2 damage.
Yeah, it's capped at 3, but we have put 3 wounds onto Abaddon here. Interesting. So surely I must zoom in for this one just to give Crom his moment of glory. There he is battling away against the Terminators and Abaddon, like so. Okay. So Mike's going to fight with Abaddon now. A couple of attacks to go into the Bloodclaw and the rest into Crom.
So 2's re-rolling, because he's put the re-roll on himself.
Yeah, this is going into the regular Marine. All wounded, or hit.
So it's strength 7 plus 3, strength 10.
2s to wound.
2s. Oh, re-rolling, yes, because of, yeah, so still 2. -4, 3 damage.
Goodbye, Bloodclaws. Target destroyed, well done. Mike's certainly going to be picking up points for the long war. So Midnight with his attacks.
That'll be 3s, re-rolling 1s.
Yes, for Abaddon nearby.
So it's a miss, but generate.
Pops an extra, yeah. 5s to wind.
5s. 2. Bit -3.
6s. Blocked 1. 1 wound taken. Dropping down to 7. Okay.
The next 2.
Yeah, the other 2 regular Terminators. 3s, rerolling 1s. Mike's got 4 6s.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you should be able to cause some damage here. 5s to wound. Yeah, there's 4, 5. 6s to block. Blocked another one, but 4 more wounds come through, dropping down to 3. My Dreadnought's getting chopped up here quite badly. Next, fights first units across here.
Yeah. 2s.
Yeah, because charged. 2s.
2s.
Obliterators. 6s. None. 4 Marines bulldozed over by him. So now we're shifting across here to the Chaos Spawn. It's not too bad in close combat here. So Mike's rolled up a number of attacks. There's 5 attacks coming through. 2d3.
And then I need to see what mutation he's got on a d3. A 1. Penetration armor P is -4 now.
Okay. Are you forced to hit those things? I think they are for my 1000 Suns. But they may have improved them.
They have the Legion keyword, so they'll be on 2s.
Okay. Yes, it's 3s. 4 ups, then +1. So 3s. Followed by 3s.
Yeah.
3.
3 -4.
Yeah, we'll take the invuln save. 4+, quite an important roll, this one. You know, 2 go through, whatever the damage is.
2 damage each.
Okay, that'll do. It's going to slay him. Havocs have pushed through. 4 of them, including the squad leader, can fight against the lone Thunderwolf cavalryman.
Yeah, so it'll be 2s. But I'll put them back
in for the 6s, yeah.
It's only strength 4, so 5s. Just the 1.
Any minus going on?
No.
2 ups. Passed because of the Storm Shield. Okay. Power maul on the squad leader.
2s. Explode that.
That'll do.
And this is strength +3, so strength 7.
Nice.
3s. Oh, just the 2. -1.
Passed both. Okay. Right, so we're going to strike back here. We were charged. So we're looking at 3s. Yeah. We're going against the spawn here. 2 wounds do come through. AP -3 now for Assault Doctrine.
And the spawn, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got
a... They're running invuln saves. Okay, they're better than the 1000 Suns ones. Or maybe they don't. Michael, check here. It's no invuln save here, so target destroyed. In my haste, I should have attacked across here, but Mike's going to fight now. He's going to pick this combat, so Obliterator next.
Yeah, so... Oh.
2s to wound still.
2s, yeah. 2.
What? -2.
-3.
3. Regular Marine in the 6. Come on, Defiance. No. And then a 5+ on the Terminator. No. Damage 2. We survive with a wound left. I think that's wrong. I think I took more casualties than that.
You were... yeah.
Okay, sorry. Be dead if I had 3. There you go. 2 wounds on him. I'll strike back. I'll go against the wounded guy. 3s. 5s. Rerollable. No. 1 comes through. It could be enough. It is.
What's the damage?
Damage 1.
No, 5 wounds each.
5 wounds each. Oh. Right, so that marks the end of the turn. Morale's been passed here by the units that needed that for the Space Wolves, him and the lone Terminator across here. So we're looking at points coming in. 8 points for primaries again. The Long War, 3 points picked up for that. Psychic Interrogation was a success this turn. 3 more points, and behind enemy lines are 4 coming through. So a good amount of points flowing through here for Black Legion on their third turn. Healthy enough from them. 36 points to 12 at this stage. Black Legion have got themselves quite nicely ahead. Space Wolves, though, they do have a turn in hand. See what kind of recovery they can do. Perhaps their last chance to do so. The casualties across here is horrific for both. I was going to say for both sides, but really only 8 Terminators brought down. There's a lot more dead Space Wolves for sure, but they fight on bravely. We'll go on to their third turn next. Alright, so moving quite straightforward here for the Space Wolves. Done a swap, swung this cavalry round and backed out of close combat with this one to reclaim the objective. 8 points picked up for primaries. Wolfen's pretty obvious, just to continue the combat series. We've manoeuvred them into position. Dreadnought to continue fighting, just with the 3 wounds left. Those holding position here and holding position across here. So that is movement done. We'll go on to shooting phase next. Alright, so charges. I was shooting here. That was so close. So it's off camera. Fired across here with a Cyclone missile launcher. Hit a Baden. He's not shielded, is he? I could get him. So I could shoot him, hit him. Wounded him twice with a command reroll. Mike passed both of those invuln saves. I rolled off camera to see what the damage would have been. I would have got him. I would have picked up 3 more wounds against him. And then it would have been, the plan was to send the Wolfen in potentially. Bring him down.
Supercharged guy died.
I forgot about that one. Supercharged with the plasma gun in my enthusiasm. Died. I did a James with him. So that's that. Shooting phase is finished. We're going to charges next. Alright, charges going ahead. Cavalry go in. It's gone in there with the Wolfen. The last ditch attempt here with the Space Wolves to clear the centre. And that's it. So we're going to combat resolution next. Mike's got 5 first. I got 5 first because I charged. According to the way we've resolved it earlier on, it's my turn in the game. So it would be Mike pick a combat first. So I reckon a Baden will get to fight first this time around. A little bit of revenge for the situation with the Terminators earlier on. Yeah. So a Baden using the big claw.
Oh, you get to hit me back as well. Yep.
Yeah, but Wolfen will still get to strike if they die.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Right, listen, hear me out. You can. Should I have attacked with the Terminators?
Oh, because they have a similar ability.
They have it as well. He's only going to take a maximum of 3. If I kill these are going to come back anyway. Or they're still going to hit me anyway. Or you'll then get the attack with this and kill them before they can do anything. So I'm thinking a smart man will go with Terminators.
We still think the Terminators will get to strike before the Dreadnought. God, this combat's been tricky in this game. I hope we've got it right, but we'll press on. Yeah. So Abaddon fighting. 2s of his attacks. And just to say, you got extra attacks here. D3 extra.
D3 because you're Imperium.
Yep. No, 6 is pop.
Okay. Right, so...
Toughness 5.
2s then. +1 because it was charged. Dragon gives me +3, so up 6, 7, +3 is 10, yeah.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to pay a CP to make that a 6.
Oh, he really wants these to go through.
Right, so...
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then 3d3 mortal wounds on top.
No way. I think do mortal wounds at the end, if I'm correct. There's 11. So go
4, 3 damage apiece.
Invulnerable saves first of all. Ooh, failed. Oh, sorry, passed 2. Ooh, passed that one. 1 slain. Go 1 at a time. Right. So that's got through the storm shields, and the rest is just going to glide straight through. So I'm gone. I'm dead. I can accept that. Okay. So Wolfen are all wiped out by Baden.
3, 6,
There's the mortal wounds. Mike's just rolling those up just out.
Just to see
spite. Okay. Yeah. So they are definitely gone. The 2 sidekicks, 2 little models, they'll absorb 2 of them, and the Dark Apostle will take 3, so he's lived. So I declared the squad leader into Abaddon. Base brains on the charge. And again, extra attack as well. Give me a ton of 6s. We're on 2s though. No minus hit rolls. And if we're wounding... Yeah, I can reroll the wound rolls. Okay, 3 saves of -3. 3 saves of 4+ on the Baden here.
4+?
Yeah, just to mark him if we can. Yeah, 1 wound does come through.
Nope.
No, because of...
Zinch.
He has all the marks, right?
Yep.
Okay, so ignores that. Well done. So with my declaration, I'd said that all the axes were going into the Terminator, so that's the Baden surviving. Not so good. We're looking for 2s. 4s. Oh, because of the shutdown thing. Ouch. I'll have 1 in for popping. 2s. 3s. Hold on a second. I'm on strength. You count as toughness 5.
No, toughness 4.
You have to back to that again. So it's 3s. So those do go through. It's 5 up invulnerable saves on 4 dice.
2, 4, 5 ups.
Yeah. This is the great axis being used.
What's the damage?
Damage 2 each time.
Kills one, puts one. Nobody's injured, is there?
No, one slain and Midnight remains alive. Eligible units fight first ability. Actually, this Terminator is Slanesh, so 3 wounds if you can get him against
so 3
Murder Fang.
ones.
Oh, that's a good result. You can pop that back in. Got it.
Yeah.
This is Midnight fighting here, the lone Terminator.
5s. Just the 1.
Oh, 1 wound comes through.
-3.
Not saved. Drop it down to 2. Murder Fang will have to wait. We'll switch over to our cavalry next over on this flank. Alright, so rest of the combat's resolved across here. It's charging in. Havoc's taking damage, causing a wound back. So we're winning that combat, but not taking them out of the fight. So that melee will continue if Mike elects to stay in. Across the middle, we've seen much of the results across here. There's 1 Terminator left, Midnight, and 1 wound remaining. And Murder Fang just with the 2 wounds left, but the centre's been lost. It's Mike's turn coming up next, so we're doomed across here. And the Terminator caved in across here, so this flank's now collapsed. Just these 2 models holding on to this objective. But again, it's Mike's turn next. He's going to swing around here, and either with firepower or close combat, we've lost this flank across. So we've lost the middle, so I reckon we have a result at this stage. Points coming in. 8 points of primary is not too bad, but that's going to collapse now for the Space Force. 3 points because we did hold on to this objective across here. Nothing for assassination. We had a chance, but didn't achieve that. Engagement front, no. Just got these 2 table quarters. And then Warrior Pride, 3 points picked up for that. So 26 points to 36. I reckon we do have a result here, though, for the game. It will be a victory for the Black Legion. Because it's Mike's turn 4 coming up next. He will finish off the centre of the board. I don't have CP for any kind of fight before I die and that kind of stuff, so the Dreadnought's going to go. Middle's going to be claimed. I'll never get it back. Then across here, this flank's going to be lost as well. So when it comes around to my turn 4, I'll be picking up points for this primary across here. Mike will dominate the board. He'll start to rake in 12 points for primaries compared to our 1. So we cannot win that race. Black Legion have themselves a victory. Some hairy moments, so scary, hairy moments. For sure. Some headaches, some deep rules discussion going on as well. We hope we got it right. If we got it wrong and the Space Force had the advantage, Mike still got himself a victory here in the centre of the board. But my, oh my, the Terminators with those abilities really are the most difficult unit to bring down. Space Force tried though, for sure. It was a scary moment. A lot of stuff stacked up against them. They were primed for a good charge. He did go in, but the Terminators just about managed to cling on, and that certainly has helped the Black Legion attain victory here in this fight. And again, Abaddon remains standing, the most difficult model to bring down. A great character to have at the heart of this Black Legion force, and rightly so. He should be a character that's as hard as nails and tough to bring down for sure. So we don't really need to calculate points. Mike will go on to pick up 12 and 12, he reckons. The points are flowing quite nicely. Secondaries are strong. Psychic Interrogation could continue. The Long War would continue as well. It would definitely pick up points for it again and again. And then behind enemy lines, Mike can maintain that across there. So I reckon it would be a high enough score for the Black Legion if the game had continued. So silver level patrons, we'll call out their names at the end of all of our games on Patreon. So that's Dawson Backen, Rebecca Flack, Gilliman's Golden Boy, Jason Martinez, Marcus Olsen, Peter Goodall, Ross Caldwell, William Schwarz, and Zachary Lee. Big thanks for them, or to them for their support at silver level. If you want to see more content from the channel, then there's YouTube channel membership, link for that in the video description below. It helps support the channel. It's much appreciated, and then as a reward for that support, you unlock different tiers and different benefits, the main one being the bonus content that we produce, including battle reports. And as mentioned earlier on, the last game of the Black Legion was on channel membership. If you want to see them in action, that's up against Gut Ripper and the double-pronged pincer attack. You can see how well they got on against the Black Legion here. Mike's working on his list. There's certainly strong points and good signs here from them, but still he's got units on the painting desk. There's theoretical units he might add to the list as well. The Black Legion have certainly made a good arrival on the channel, and they're looking now to enter into the league. Space Force show promise. I got some ideas to the list. I want to revamp the army, rebase it, and do some work on the Space Wolves. I want to shelve them. I don't want to shelve them for sure. I want to see them in action and for them to do well. But in this game, Chaos triumphs over the Imperium. Chaos continues to rise on the channel here, much to the dismay of the Xenos and Imperial factions. Okay, pretty quick for units of the game. I'll give honourable mention. No, I'm going to give it to the Thunderwolf Cavalry. Not too bad. They move quick, got into combat, and shoot their way through a number of units. Oh, yeah, we'll give it to them. And then honourable mention to these. Mike, you're saying these did particularly well. They're brilliant. Firepower, close combat, reaping in points. They're excellent. But for staying power and absorption of the enemy's attacks, it's got to be the Terminators. A brilliant unit once they've received all those buffs and bonuses. That's units of the game for both sides. Keep a lookout for more content on the channel and on channel membership. Thanks for watching and tune in next time.